Hi everyone, let's get ready to battle. The last Shadow Electivire video I made, I had it in the role of Safe Switch, a role which it handled really well. In this video, I have it in the role of a lead. I'm leading with my Shadow Electivire. Its strength comes from how quickly it can charge up its charge moves with Thunder Shock, its high damage output, and the fact that it can throw back-to-back wild charges and then switch if it has to. And the two Pokemon in the back supporting it are strong to its weaknesses, as we can see here. As this battle starts, I put up the PvPoke rankings on the right for you to see. Shadow Electivire rated very high at about rank 10. And as you can see, it is strong against most of the water types in this meta and Charizard. We have been seeing a lot of those Charizard leads lately. And its weaknesses, its two main weaknesses are Venusaur and Swampert. It takes the biggest losses from those two Pokemon. So these two Pokemon I have in the back, the Drifblim and Escavalier, I picked them because they do really well against both of those weaknesses, Venusaur and Swampert. So here we have the Drifblim rating. Its rating is kind of low because it's not really great at anything, any role in particular. But as you see here, it is strong against Venusaur, Charizard, Escavalier, Dragonite, Machamp. It takes a loss against Swampert, but not a big loss, which means it can put up a fight if faced with a Swampert. And even if I switch into Drifblim and I get the worst counters, which probably are like Snorlax or one of the dark types like Obstagoon, it isn't as bad as it seems because I can Icy Wind down those Pokemon and lower their attack. Let's look at my third Pokemon, Escavalier. It is rated highly on the PvPoke rankings here. And it does well against Venusaur and Swampert, really well actually. And Snorlax, Lapras, and Empoleon because of its counter damage. It loses against Charizard, which the Shadow Electivire is good against. So what I would say is this team has to look out for is a Charizard hiding in the back. But hopefully if I start my Electivire and switch into Drifblim, my opponent will bring out their Charizard because they don't want the Charizard to meet the Electivire. Now look at this match here as I put up my IVs for my Pokemon on the right. I started off with a really bad lead. The Venusaur switched into my Drifblim, and now it faces off against a bad lead, an Ampharos, which will do super effective damage with the electric attacks. But once again, it's not as bad as it seems, because these Icy Winds will lower the attack each time and help my Drifblim stay in longer and do more damage. And as you see there, we got a shield, while we still have both of ours. And the good thing is I can bring in my Electivire now, as it resists those Thunder Punches, so I don't need to shield. I don't need to shield every attack, and I can take the opportunity to charge up on energy here. Shadow Electivire is a very good charger. It works well in the charger role, which means if it has energy built up and shields to support it, it is deadly. Let's look at this. Down goes the Ampharos, out comes an Obstagoon. And with a wild charge, you can be sure of two things. One, you'll get a shield, or two, you will greatly damage your opponent's Pokemon, as has been done here with the Obstagoon. And the Escavalier finishes it off, and fortunately they have a Venusaur in the back, which Escavalier totally walls. And we'll do heavy neutral damage with this, with both charge moves actually. Personally, I think the Mega Horn would be a better option, just going straight for Mega Horn rather than going for 2 of those drill runs. But it was a learning experience. Now whenever my Escavalier faces off against the Venusaur, I just go straight Mega Horn. That to me is the better option. It does more damage for the energy required. And this game. They still have 2 Pokemon in the back, while it's up to my Electivire now to win the game. Can it do it? Let's see. Down goes the Venusaur to an Ice Punch, and the Obstagoon comes out and bows to the king. Okay, third match here. We face up against an Abomasnow. Not really a good lead. Our Ice Punch will do super effective damage against it, I think, or neutral damage. Let's see. It takes the Ice Punch, neutral damage. And what do I do here? I take this Weather Ball and try to stay in. I stay in because I don't have 2 good counters for this Abomasnow in the back. I only have 1, which is the Escavalier. So if I switch into that now, obviously they'll just switch into a Escavalier counter, and then I'll still have to face the Abomasnow afterwards. So in a situation like that, just let your lead Pokemon go down fighting, and then bring out the hard counter. As you see here, I bring out the Escavalier after my Electivire goes down. And now we just have to hope that Escavalier can handle what's in the back here. It can. This Toxicroak, it will take super effective damage from it will take super effective damage from that drill run. So I got a shield there. And now I can bring on my Drifblim. I feel safer just switching aggressively into my Drifblim, because that Abomasnow has been taken out of the equation. And Drifblim hard counters Toxicroak. They took really long to switch there, which was to my advantage. And now I can Icy Wind down this Dragon Water type, doing neutral damage but lowering its attack, which is big because those Dragon Breaths do a lot of damage. My plan is here to shield, and I think I'm going for the Shadow Ball here to take it out. Yeah. Will this take it out? They use their last shield. I still have 1. Switch back into my Escavalier, resisting those Dragon Breaths, and this Drill Run should be enough to take out that pesky Kingdra. And once again, Drifblim versus a Toxicroak here with a shield. The game is mine. This last icy win here should do it. This set I was able to go 4-1. It could have easily been 5, but in the last match there I made a simple mistake. That happens. Let's go here. This is the 4th match. Electivire versus Kingdra. Now, my Icy Wind would do neutral damage. This Wild Charge does neutral damage as well, but you can see how much damage it actually did. And I feel safe switching into my Drifblim here. Well, I should. It's something I should do because Wild Charge lowered my Electivire's defense. Down goes the Kingdra. They bring out a hard counter to my Drifblim, the Dark and Fighting typed Obstagoon. So I get in 2 Icy Winds before they can get off one of their Night Slashes, which will most likely take out the Drifblim. This is what I mean. Drifblim can go down fighting against its hardest counters. So not only is this Obstagoon down to half energy, its attack has been lowered twice. I almost got to a 3rd Icy Wind there as well. So now this Escavalier can come out and just counter down the Obstagoon, so they switch immediately to the Mach. Mach in Ultra League here I think is very bulk, has a decent bulk to it and does well against the meta with those Thunder Punches and the Dark type attacks. So I charge up to 2 Wild Charges and go back to back. Going back to back with those Wild Charges there. Get the 2 shields in a row. How many Pokemon can you say can do that? Get 2 shields, 2 guaranteed shields in a row. They were desperate to keep that Mach alive. but this Escavalier fortunately deals well with both of these Pokemon. It can counter down the Obstagoon and drill run down that poor Mach. Poison taking super effective damage against ground attacks. 1 and 2. Because I was able to farm down a lot of energy on that Obstagoon. Let's go. This is the last match here coming up. It started off really well for me. I was surprised. Look at this. And I think this is why I made a mistake. I was so surprised at this. I really thought they would shield here, but this wild charge obliterates that poor Pokemon. And what I should have done here was switch immediately, because those mud shots do super effective damage and my defense was lowered, but I took too long to switch. I gave the Swampert too much energy farmed there, and I let my Electivire lose too much HP to those mud shots. My Drift Blim would have done much better against this Swampert if I had switched immediately. And also they make a wonderful switch there to catch the Icy Wind with their Escavalier, keeping the Swampert alive and well in the back to sweep. So I'm just doing the best I can here with these Icy Winds on this Escavalier, because my own Escavalier is going to have to come out now and try to clean up. Don't have to shield this because its attack has been lowered significantly, so I save my shields for the Swampert, as well as I should, because that Swampert has a lot of energy, and the Hydro Cannon, you can charge up those Hydro Cannons really quickly. So going for the Drill Run here. Maybe I should have gone for the Mega Horn. I would have been able to take it out there. But it's these simple mistakes that will cost you the match in high-level games such as these. And the Escavalier can come now and take me out, finish the job. And there it is, 4 and 1. Thank you all for watching. I hope you learned something from this set I presented to you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more battle videos in the future.